It's funny how things flip around as you get older. Your whole life, your parents have been worried about you, and you come to a point in your life when it is your turn to worry about them. It is important to have the conversation with your parents about finances, health, and final wishes while they are still young and healthy. I'm your host, Michael Griffin, Associate at Henssler Financial. And in this episode of Planning Priorities, I'll go over the information you should start gathering with your aging parents. First up, their finances. Ask your parents to create a list of their bank, brokerage, and retirement accounts. Make sure they include any usernames and passwords. Ask them where to find important documents like insurance policies, social security cards, titles to their house and vehicle, past tax returns, and any outstanding loan documents. No matter what your age, this is something everyone should have easily accessible. Find out if your parents work with any financial, legal, or tax professionals. If they do, ask them for their contact information and whether it would be helpful if you attend meetings with them. Ask if they have a durable power of attorney. This document allows a named individual, such as yourself, to manage all aspects of your parents' financial life if your parent becomes disabled or incompetent. Ask if they have estate documents. Make sure you know where they are located and who the executor is. If it's more than 5 years old, suggest that their will is reviewed to make sure it complies with their wishes and current laws. I recently went through this with my parents because they had not updated their estate documents since I was a small child. Estate laws changed, so unfortunately, this is not a set it and forget it thing. Ask if their beneficiary designations are up to date. This is important because beneficiary designations on your parents' insurance policies, pensions, IRAs, and investment accounts trump any instructions in their will. A will is a secondary document that covers the items that don't pass via beneficiary. Next, their living situation. Find out if your parents intend to stay in their current home or if they are considering downsizing. If they plan on staying, this might be a good time to make modifications to their house to help them as they age, like installing handrails and nightlights, or even moving their bedroom to the first floor. If they plan on downsizing, ask what they have in mind and if they need help finding their next home. One thing to keep in mind, as your parents get older, their health may deteriorate to the point that they can no longer live on their own. If they're considering downsizing, moving to a community that can accommodate this now may make life easier down the road. I don't know if you've noticed, but I feel like they are building a retirement community on every corner. Ask if they use someone for home maintenance projects, such as their plumber, electrician, landscapers, etc. If they do, get their information. And finally, their health and final wishes. This is always the hardest because no one wants to have these conversations. Ask your parents to write a list of their current doctors. If your parents begin to need multiple medical specialists or home health services, you may consider hiring a geriatric care manager, especially if you don't live close by. Ask them to list out the medications they are currently taking and the pharmacy they use. Also have them document dosage instructions so that you know what they take and when. Find out what health insurance they have. Medicare starts at age 65, so they may need to consider Medigap insurance. You may also want to use this opportunity to discuss long-term care insurance, which can help pay for extended custodial or nursing home care. Ask your parent if they have an advanced medical directive, which indicates your parent's wishes regarding life support measures and designates someone who will communicate with healthcare professionals on their behalf. If they have an updated will, this document should be included. Find out if your parents want to be buried or cremated. Have they made any arrangements? Do they need help making arrangements? Finally, ask if they have any specific wishes for their memorial service. It's human nature to want to put off complicated and emotionally heavy tasks, and asking these questions certainly falls into this category. It's important that you know this information now in case you find yourself making critical decisions on their behalf in a moment of crisis. You certainly want to do what's right for your parents, but if you already know what they want, it makes your decisions easier and provides them with peace of mind. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Planning Priorities. I'm Associate Michael Griffin, and if you have any questions or need any assistance, please give me a call.